TV station. Be the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and good afternoon, regardless of where you are in the world or in the United States of America. We thank you for joining us here on another edition of Time2Vegas. And of course, as always, sitting here at the front dais with me is the goddess herself, Miss Gypsy G, as I am Aaron Phillips here, just kind of guiding the ship. Hi, Wade. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, my friend?
I am great. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, world. I'm glad everyone's here and everyone's okay.
Absolutely.
Who is okay. We have some exciting stuff today.
Yeah, we do. And by the way, I want to thank Facebook, because Facebook all of a sudden now is doing closed captioning. And this is a very important show that I'm glad that's working as I'm seeing it happening on my phone, because we have guests today, and we'll get to them in a little bit after our first break. They're here to talk about the National Cancer Survivor Day coming up this Saturday, June, I almost said July, I'm wishing the time away, June 7th. Marianne Fusco, as well as Nikki Campagna. Did I say that right?
Yes.
All right, excellent. He's been practicing.
That
He'll
was
be
good.
on with
That was
us.
good.
We have a bodyguard in the studio, so we're all safe. Don't worry about it. We're all good here at Go Live Vegas. AA Ron behind the board. Real quickly, I'll turn it over to Gypsy in 1 second. Our phone numbers, call us 702-329-6947. If you're within the United States, if you're outside, 855-502-4321. And if you're in the Twitter world, send us a live tweet using hashtag Time2Vegas. And that's the number 2 in between. Gypsy, take it away.
All right, so we just wanted to open the show. Again, this is not the reason behind why we launched this show about Time2Vegas, but we have to keep it real. Everyone who knows me knows that's actually my saying, keeping it real. So we just want to do a shout out and an honoring and to George Floyd. We're with you. We're with the protesters. We're not with the craziness after that, but we just want to take a minute. See, you're already getting me emotional. Take a minute in your honor and hope that you are the reason for change. It is time. And on top of that, we also want to take a minute in honor of our local police officer who is on life support. And we want to just send out prayers and positive energy for you to survive. All right, so we're going to move on into Vegas, right? Vegas has also some good things going, and it's time we bring that energy back because
Ooh, my pool's opening up. My
Swim.
pool is opening up. Yes. Sorry, I was a little selfish of me, but it's opening.
It wasn't. You've been talking about that for a week, so we
Thank
know
God.
how you feel about that.
You have to go in scuba gear, but I don't care. It's wet. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That took me a second.
I
I
know.
almost said really. I thought he was keeping it real there, but he got me. So I've been sitting in my little child's pool, 1.5 foot of water this last couple weeks, and I have to tell you, it's been amazing.
The blow-up
right?
one or the big plastic
Yeah,
one?
that big blow-up one that
Ah,
I put on.
gotcha.
It has 4 chairs in the corner. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Whatever works.
All right, so let's talk about the opening because then we are going to move into our special guest. You guys, I'm going to rattle this off really fast. I'm going to do it in different categories.
Can you do it in one breath?
No, it would have almost been easier to say what wasn't going to open.
Right, exactly.
Right, because Vegas is coming back. It sounded like it wasn't going to open that many, but turns out they need the hotel rooms because a lot of the hotels are only booking 25 to 50% capacity. Therefore, they need to open more hotel rooms. So some hotels, which I think is really cool, they're taking the jump. They're gonna open at 1 minute after midnight. So on June 3rd, which I think is tomorrow. At midnight,
When it becomes June 4th.
countdown, 60 seconds, boom, the
It'll be like New
doors
Year's.
are hopefully still gonna open. So a lot of people were talking about, well, who's gonna come to Vegas? Who's got money to spend? I came up with the answer. I don't think we shared it last week, but you guys, there are thousands of people right now across the U.S. who are on unemployment. They're making $1,000 a week. Some are making $600. Some are making $800. They aren't paying their mortgages or their rents. They're learning how to save money. So they're going to come here. They could probably stay in a hotel for a month right now, cheaper than they ever could have in the past. So I think we're going to rock it. That's my goal. So here, I'm going to read this list really, really quick. Here's what's opening at midnight. First of all, Derek Stevens from the D. Kudos, instead of 1,000 airline tickets, he ended up giving out about 1,700 one-way tickets into town. He didn't even care if you stayed in his hotel or not. He just wants to bring Vegas back, and he wants to get people flying again. So very cool. So we have the Gold Nugget, the D, El Cortez. That's opening 1 minute after midnight. You have all the Boyds. You have all the stations. And I'm pretty sure Wynn and Encore, I've read 2 different things, but I think they're jumping in at midnight. Let's see, going to...
I just want to ask one
Yeah.
question because originally it was reported that Station and Boyd were going to open their properties over increments of time. Has it been announced that all of these are opening tomorrow?
Well, here's what, thank you. Here's what Boyd is opening. Aliante, Orleans, California, Fremont, Samstown, Cannery, Joker's Wild, and the Gold Coast. Station is opening Palace, Boulder, Green Valley, Sunset, Suncoast, and Red Rock. So pretty close to all of them. We already know the Palms isn't opening for a while. The controversy on Gold Coast, rumor is they're not opening the hotel, but a little bit of the table games
Gotcha.
and slots. So we'll find out the truth on that one, how it really opens up in about a day and a half, 2 days. Okay, so June 4th, the real big rollout. Some casinos pick different times, so pretty much everything I'm quoting you is going to happen between 8 a.m. and noon. Some are at 9, some are at 10, and some are at noon. But by noon, anything that's opening, you can pretty much guaranteed will be open. Caesars, Flamingo, Palazzo, Venetian, TI, New York, MGM, Bellagio, and the Cosmopolitan. Circus, Stratosphere. Stratosphere, I believe, is the one going in at coming in at 8 a.m. Sahara, I heard some cool things about just this.
Chick, can you check the volume on your phone? I'm hearing feedback, so somebody, is that your phone? Hang on.
I'm hearing
Okay, we
music.
got it. No, go ahead.
Are we gonna?
I'm
Is this
here.
gonna be a dance off? Because I'll take you down, man. I'm telling you right now.
Do you have it?
Ask Marianne,
Aaron?
she knows.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so are they hearing the
Is Ellen
music? Because if
DeGeneres-
I start dancing and the
I was going
public's
to
not
say,
hearing
is
it,
Ellen
you got-
DeGeneres,
Working on it, sorry.
is that the station music?
Yeah.
Oh, we have crossover from
Oh,
the Go Live
gotcha.
Vegas station music. That's okay.
So can everyone hear that, or I just
No, I'm fixing
am I like the only one?
No, you keep, no, I heard it,
Oh, okay.
but he's,
All right, cool. So we have some cool music playing.
well, we had. I think he's figured it out.
This is
Okay.
only a test, you guys.
That's right. By the way, while you're
gotta
catching
roll
your
with
breath,
it.
our local phone number, 702-329-6947, 855-502-4321. Hashtag Time to Vegas. By the way, those numbers are going to be important because during the time we have our guests on, which will be coming up here in a few minutes, they
Yep.
have some giveaways.
They brought some special gifts to give out to some special callers. So
Tchotchkes.
yeah,
They brought tchotchkes.
tchotchkes. All right, we're almost done here. Sahara, I heard some interesting things, especially if you know how to use your cell phone. Otherwise, don't count on gambling there because you can make reservations for the blackjack table, for the craps table.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it? Wow.
That's cool, but it's also crazy because I probably wouldn't be able to figure out how, and I'd walk up and they're like, no, there's an hour wait, and I'd be like, there's no one in line, what are you talking about? And that would piss me off, right? All right, so more for locals. We have the M, we have the South Point, we have the Tuscany, which you all know. I walk through the Tuscany because I love the Tuscany. Plaza downtown, also Silverton, Silverseas, and Jerry's Nugget. And then for all my locals who hang out where I hang out, absolutely over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I heard all the Dotties, the Red Dragons, are opening, which probably means the Bourbon Streets also. So that is the update.
Wow.
You're going to want to tune into our Facebook page Wednesday night at midnight. I've actually booked a room at the Gold Nugget. That way I can stay safe. I can get there early. The doors, like I said, aren't opening till midnight, so I'll be able to take you guys through the casino on Facebook Live so everyone can see. At least I know I can't get blocked out, right? So I have a reservation. And if they do open the doors at midnight, and we all know that has a question mark, based on safety, I'll be able to go out and guarantee us some good video feeds. So
Right on.
I did not do that in one breath, but I
You were
am
close, though.
done.
That was a lot of
Yes.
information. And if you missed any of it, please remember, as soon as this show is over, at like 1 minute after 10, just go right back onto our Facebook page. The show is immediately available for video, and you can go back and check all your notes and locations of where you want to be. It's almost like a movie premiere.
It is.
With everybody planning and being somewhere for midnight Thursday morning, Wednesday night, depending upon how you look at that 12:01 time.
Yeah, and I think that hello. I think that the morning of the 5th, I think that the strip will be packed, right? Easy. It's going to be easy now because we all have parking. The garages will be opened, right?
Yeah.
So I'll get out there too, as long as I don't stay up till 6 in the morning.
The only commentary I'll provide to that, and I don't want to delve too far into this, that'll be for another show. I'm just hoping that the current events across the country, as well as here in Vegas over the last 5 days, does not deter people from coming to a degree that it doesn't make reopening worth it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Well, that's what I meant about, if they open the doors, but if not, at least all of us guests are going to be
Yeah.
we can have a good time without going out onto Fremont Street, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Hey, let me read this real quick.
Okay, real quick, and then we'll go to break.
Just something I found fascinating. You guys know that it's all about words. Words fascinate me. And so does that little saying, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. So when we do hear all over news about the protest and then how it goes bad, I want to read the difference between protest and riot. These are not my words. These are right from the dictionary. I mean, these are not my definitions. A protest is a statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something, right? I think it's real important we know this. A riot is a form of civil disorderly, commonly characterized by a group lashing out in a violent public disturbance against authority, property, or people. Riots typically involve destruction of property or public or private. So you're going to hear them say protest for the rest of this happening. Make up your own mind which it is. If you think it's the latter, I just want you to know you need to pay attention and stay safe, right?
There you go. Keep your
Yeah.
antennas up. All right. With that, we're going to welcome our first new sponsor. We have new sponsors today. New advertisers.
Yay! Thank you. We love you.
First one up. Let me read their commercial for you. This is from Danielle Eugenia Photography. It's sometimes easy to forget to stop along the way to celebrate yourself. At Danielle Eugenia Photography, we remind you to celebrate yourself with our photography, where we capture the magic of everyone in romantic, classy expressions, transcending outdated ideas of beauty by bringing out your inner glow. This summer experience, you can try out our Radiant Studio experience with new mini sessions. Mini sessions include professional makeup makeover, a set of angel wings to pose with, professional posing for all the best angels, and $50 off any package purchases. Styles vary from glamorous and luxurious dresses to cozy and relaxed styles, and even sexy lingerie for a sizzling boudoir session. Book your session, Angels and Blessings mini session today on Facebook at Boudoir for All and Instagram at Danielle Eugenia Photography, and explore your romantic expressions side. Next up, our other new sponsor, Burnt Offerings. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Old world recipes, old world style, old world taste. Burnt Offerings at 3909 West Sahara Avenue is where the old world meets Las Vegas for a dining experience like no other. Burnt Offerings, where foodies dine.
Hey, welcome back to Time to Vegas with Gypsy Gottlieb. This is a fire drill between commercials, folks. You got it. You don't know what goes on in the studio in 30 seconds. Why don't you tell everybody who our guest is while I pull out their bios to introduce our guests?
Absolutely. Right here between Aaron and myself is Amazing Miss Fusco, Marianne Fusco. Known her for over 20 years.
20
definitely.
years.
Yeah, we go way back in time. You're gonna. I hope you're ready to call in because this woman has some answers to your questions.
702-329-6947, 855-502-4321. Joining Marianne, well, we know Marianne, like you said, really pretty well. We'll get to the bio, but let me introduce Nikki Campagna. She's been volunteering with PanCan Nevada affiliate for 4 years since her husband and herself relocated from the Midwest, moved to Henderson after her brother-in-law passed away from pancreatic cancer. 3 sons, have worked as an oncology nurse practitioner for the past 14 years, along with Marianne. Nikki, welcome to Time to Vegas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in on this beautiful day, Miss Marianne. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
All right.
Very good.
I'd read your bio, but I was threatened by your bodyguard back here, just, not to read that, what it is. But no, I'm only kidding. Yeah, we've known each other for all of us here in this room pretty much, it seems like forever,
Yeah,
in terms of
long
what
time.
we did in our past
It
lives.
is.
Long time.
It is.
So we're here to talk about the importance of, first of all, cancer awareness, but specifically you are a survivor of pancreatic cancer, which, as I read in the
right.
literature, Nikki, you can confirm this, is the number 3 cause of cancer within the cancer illnesses, yes?
Cause of death.
Third
Right.
leading cause of death
Right.
Death.
of all the cancers.
Is pancreatic cancer easy to diagnose? I'll go to Nikki and then we'll come to you to start sharing your story.
No problem.
Actually, it's not easy to diagnose because it has a lot of vague symptoms, and most of the symptoms that you see kind of mimic other GI disturbances. So by the time you do the rule out of flu and other gastrointestinal disease, it usually has progressed to stage 4. So it's really fortunate for people like Marianne who are diagnosed earlier on and can have surgery as part of the treatment.
Right on. So you want to jump in with a quick question here, Ms. Gibson?
No, I'm just still processing.
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No worries. I was just.
I am going to interrupt
Go
you.
ahead.
Since you offered for me to interrupt
Absolutely.
you.
You're the goddess.
I think it's really rude you keep talking while I'm trying so hard to interrupt.
I'm sorry. There you go.
Sorry, that
There
is
you
one of
go.
my favorite sayings.
Bodyguard, can we take care of this, please?
I just don't know if Aaron mentioned when he said Marianne is a survivor of pancreatic cancer. I don't know if he mentioned it's been 13 years, right? She kicked its ass.
I didn't
I'm
get
going to
there,
say it.
but that's okay. Yeah,
right?
no, that's why I said she's a survivor, right?
Yes. So, okay, that's the only reason I
I'm
was
glad
interrupting.
I'm glad you brought it up. That's very good. I'm very happy. It's your show. You
Yeah.
can do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I'm just
Well,
here for the
thank
ride.
you.
So, Miss Marianne,
Yes.
let's talk about your diagnosis, how it came about. How surprised were you when you were diagnosed? Give us a little backstory on that.
Well, it was something we knew nothing about. 13 years ago, I was working with you guys, and we were very busy, and, you know, I was closing and running all over the place, but I had a lot going on in my world. We were building a house, selling a house, and my mother had a massive stroke. So I started getting these bad stomach pains, didn't know what was on. So my lifesaver, the bodyguard, insisted I go to a doctor. And I hate doctors, but anyway, no disrespect to anybody listening out there, but they called me the next day after I had all these labs, everything else done, and I was working with Brett. And they called me at work and said, you need to get to the hospital. I'm like, why? They said, your gallbladder is ready to explode. I thought I had an ulcer. So we go to the hospital, we do the whole removal of the gallbladder, nick the bile duct. Now I have peritonitis. And I'm pretty much dying. I had infectious disease specialists working with me, the whole 9 yards. All of a sudden, I go jaundice. Now, nobody knows what's going on. I'm still in the hospital. It's like 5 weeks, pretty much. I've had pokes and probes and surgeries and endoscopics, colon, everything. Nobody knew what was wrong, and I'm fading away in excruciating pain. Still don't know what's going on. So my jaundice got really bad. They found the tumor. They did a little biopsy. It's benign. Everybody's puzzled, scratching their head. In the meantime, I'm dying. But Frankie wouldn't give up, so he wouldn't let me give up. You know, and it was very easy from my standpoint because the pain was just excruciating. Well, we ended up getting another opinion who found it immediately. He calls me on my birthday.
Oy, happy birthday.
Yeah, and it was, happy birthday to you. You have pancreatic cancer.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's a pancreas? I never heard of it. So right away we start looking, and the doctor says, no, this is real serious. You need to get in here immediately. So I was already at stage 3.
Wow. And as a diabetic, I got very quickly educated on how important the pancreas is.
Totally.
Well, former diabetic, sort of. But
Totally.
Yeah.
So now it came to the point that, am I eligible for surgery or not? If I can't have surgery, I'm definitely going to die. The surgery was a 50-50, so being in Vegas and a gambler, I'm going
What better
with
city, right?
50-50.
50-50 is great odds in Vegas, usually.
Yeah. So when I went into that procedure, 9 hours, I was maybe 90 pounds at the time. So it was a frightening situation. But it helped. So from that point on, it was a very slow uphill crawl. I can't even say climb. We've had a lot of speed bumps along the way. Everything started happening, massive chemo, which destroyed the immune system, which brought on lupus, Hashimoto's disease, fluid in the heart, pericardial window needed to be done. But you know what? I'm still facing the speed bumps, so.
At least you're here to face them. And
Exactly.
We'll talk about the other side of the mountain in a second. I want to turn to Nikki, though, and ask Nikki. I have found in my years people get involved with organizations, especially nonprofits, because of a particular reason and story behind that. Although Jerry Lewis never explained why he felt so involved in MDA. But anyway, what's your story and how significant is your involvement? Why did you get involved in the cause, et cetera? Give us a little history on that.
Well, I've always worked in healthcare for, over 40 years. And then when I went into oncology, I've been doing that for 14 years. And then when it really hit home was my brother-in-law being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and knowing all the statistics and knowing he started as stage 4.
Wow.
I knew what was in store for him. They had already relocated out here in Henderson. I had been going back and forth. And so when the time came, we decided to just relocate here. I had been volunteering with the Milwaukee affiliate, and then when we moved out here, I had become involved with the Las Vegas, Nevada affiliate. And they do a lot of great work because the network was actually founded 20 years ago because of a story similar to Marianne's. And our founder, Pamela Acosta Marquardt, her mom was diagnosed and they really couldn't find answers. They couldn't find support. So she formed the organization, and right now it is a tremendous help because it attacks the pancreatic cancer from all fronts. It uses research, clinical initiatives, patient services, and advocacy. And one thing to say about the advocacy is that typically every year at this time, we are traveling to Washington, D.C. to meet with our legislators. Unfortunately, with everything going on, it has become virtual this year.
Yeah, sure.
But I would encourage people to like our Facebook page. It's Nevada affiliate, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. And you could stay tuned as far as what activities we're doing for our virtual advocacy week. Participate if you would like, and get involved with us.
Absolutely. I think I want to just send out there, we have a couple of goodie bags to give away on behalf of the PanCan local affiliate here. So we actually have, 4 bags, I believe? So let's do the first caller.
And purple is their color. That's why the bags
Absolutely,
are purple.
as you can see on the shirt.
There you go, there you go.
I noticed most of the Survivor
What
programs.
a great shirt, by
Look
the way.
at the
That's
shirt.
702 guys.
This is from my goddess.
There you go, exactly. Now, usually, like the Susan G. Komen, why is that color significant in the Survivor,
That's a great question.
the Survivor scheme of things? Do you know?
How
I'm
did
just
purple-
curious.
That's a great question.
I don't know.
I'm not sure why.
I mean, I know it's
for
royalty,
this-
right?
I'll tell
Who's
you
our
why.
Googler?
I'll
it-
tell you why. My favorite color
Okay.
as a child was purple. That was my bedroom,
Well, there
purple
you
and
go.
white. I never knew it was going to be my forever color, but that was my
That is
color.
kind of crazy.
Well, certainly purple is the color of royalty. So, first caller, you don't even have to answer a question. You don't even have to tell us your real name if you don't want to. I don't care, but first caller will get a goodie bag. Give us a call, 702. The numbers are right. I always mess this up,
You do
right?
have to tell us how to get it to you, though.
Well, that's right.
That has
That's
to be
true.
real.
Yeah.
702-329-6947, 702-329-6947. First call if you're outside the U.S., like I know we have friends in Europe and Germany that watch us, 855-502-4321. Tweet us. Send us your thought, question. If you want to send us a tweet to honor a survivor that you know as well, we'll be happy to give them a shout out. Send it, #Time2Vegas. That's the number 2 in between. Okay,
Hey,
lot going on. And of course, the chat rooms, if you have questions, jump in.
Also, let me add something because, like Erin said, we've known Marianne for a long time. Therefore, we know her bodyguard, and we know who she meant when she said Frankie made her take more tests earlier. But just for those of you who don't know Marianne, Frankie is her husband, right? He's been right there through everything, like a rock.
Yeah.
Like a rock for her.
And-
So that's
and
who
we witnessed that, yes.
we're referring to. And he is here in the room, so he
But
just
he's part
said
of the
to-
witness. He's
he
part of the
just said-
witness protection
Yeah,
program, so he doesn't
said
want to be seen.
Tell you hi, everyone. Tell the world hi, and that's as far as that goes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you and I saw how Frankie was there, and that's part of a marriage, and that's part of the
Yeah.
partnership.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never
Yeah.
said this to him, and you guys in this room know how dear these people are to me as well as they are to you. But Frankie and I had such a connection, and I'm saying this without looking at him, because as
Right.
I'm about to say this, I'm tearing up myself. If God forbid I ever needed support, and I have a lot of friends, but the passion and love that this man gave in support of his wife during this time, if I was ever in a position where I needed a little extra on top of my immediate family, trust me when I tell you, the Fuscos and Frankie would be right there, and I know Frankie would be there to lead the charge
Oh, yeah.
to help us. So I love and respect you, buddy, more than you could ever know. I want you to know that. All right, I have some comments for you in our chat room there, Miss Nikki. Natasha Martin Staff,
Oh, okay.
she's saying go Nikki and go Marianne, and she also replies that purple was Rose's favorite color.
Now, this is for, yes, it was the favorite color of our founder's mother.
Okay.
So that's why it's the color for pancreatic cancer.
Thank you, Natasha.
But I can't.
Mystery solved.
But the question was, why is it the color for survivor? But that I don't
Because
know.
the Susan G. Komen Foundation uses that color.
Pink.
But
It
that's
is
for
Is that more-
breast
It's all-
cancer.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's-
Okay.
That's pink for breast
specific.
cancer.
Okay, all right.
Speaking of which,
See, I stand corrected.
can I do, being this is all about survivors,
Please.
just a quick shout out. My sister, speaking of breast cancer, is a 27-year survivor.
What's her name? Give her a shout out.
Diane DeLuca.
There you go. Mazel tov, as
Bravo.
they say. First caller gets a bag. Come on, guys. It's just like this one. You want to tell people what's in there so they know what they're going to get? Or you want to leave it as a mystery?
It's a mystery.
There you go.
It's fun stuff.
It's
I'm going to definitely
it's like
tell you.
life then, huh?
Yeah,
It's like
totally,
life.
especially ours.
702-329-6947. First caller. Come on, people. I got 4 bags to give away. 702-329-6947. If you're out of the country, 855-502-4321. Of course, you want to send us a message, hashtag Time2Vegas via Twitter. And of course, we've got the old chat boxes open and we're monitoring it. So let's go. We got bags to give away. Make it a call now. All right. I want to spend a few minutes on your recovery, where you're at today. And then I want to focus on what's happening next week or this weekend. Well, it's this weekend in a couple of days. All right. So talk about the other side of the mountain for yourself.
Well, I will say something. This was an eye-opener, an awakening. Your whole world has changed forever. You'll never go back to what it was like what we're going through now. When we go back to what's the norm is not going to be the norm, and neither is after your cancer diagnosis. Well, I'm on the road to recovery. Every day is a struggle. Every 3 months you get your labs, you keep your fingers crossed. Every 6 months still get those CAT scans and you sweat it out waiting for the results. And it'll always be like that. I have learned to enjoy life to its fullest. My family, what that means to me, which I've always known, I've always been tight with family, but more so now. You know, the friends that have been with you through it all. Gypsy's seen me, you've seen me from the start to here. I mean, you've seen it all, you've been there. Just going day to day. I'm so glad that they have something like this coming up in June, because survivors need recognition. They have a daily struggle. It's a battle because nobody wants to hear those words. You have cancer.
Yep.
It's the biggest shot in the heart. It's like, you know, it takes your breath away. And then you learn to deal with it. It's a lot of psychological issues you go through, and you changed, you know you changed, you can't control things that have happened to you.
Did you see a counselor for dealing with those? I'm just curious.
No, and you know, this is what I was going to bring up. This is where I was headed. When I went through this, there was nothing. It was me and Frankie. We had nobody to turn to, nobody to talk to. One doctor said, well, we have nutrition. That's not what I need. You know, I'm trying to fight the beast. I need something
And
to
mentally,
vent.
mentally, right here.
Mentally,
Yeah.
it was definitely challenging. And I had nobody. Do you know, 4 years ago, we seen an article in the paper about a purple stride for pancreatic cancer. I'm like, well, what the heck is that? We signed up. It was the greatest thing I ever did, because I get a phone call from a woman who's in the head of the survivor caretaker chair to welcome me, to talk to me, to tell me that there's things out there for you now. Now you have people to talk to. We have patient advocacies. We have so much that today somebody will take you by the hand and literally guide you through it. My only guidance was my husband, who did all the right things to get me here, because
You didn't
we
know.
had nobody to talk to. I mean, he was my counselor. You know?
Hey, let me comment
Did he
on
send
that.
you? Did he send you a bill? That's what I want to know.
I know, I'm still paying it.
I have a question on that note, because I went through this, and I won't share the conversations because I kind of know the answer, but I want you to tell the world, because you know, I've been trying to get you on video forever, and she wasn't ready, and so I will give a shout out to PanCan, because I've seen how you brought her forward and ready to share her story, because I know it can help others, right? I can't, because I can't relate, but you guys just take a moment and think about this in her position. You see some of the richest, most powerful people in the U.S. who have caught this, if that's the right term, and didn't beat it. And Marianne was watching these people, and this was, I believe, before PanCan, and I'm talking about
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze.
that was my,
Right? And I don't think he survived very long after that announcent.
was it Aretha Franklin?
Steve Jobs.
Steve
Isn't that
Jobs,
what
with
Steve
all
Jobs?
his money.
The man could have got help beyond help, right? So when you see things like that, where did you go in your mind? Because these are challenges everyone everyone going through cancer or house, because, you know, you read the headlines, you hear about the stories, the fatalities. Where do you go in your mind? Where do you find your strength at those moments?
You know, my first setback was, you know, I'm fighting it. I'm living my day-to-day battle, and every day was a battle, you know. I don't know how Frankie did it. I mean, trust me, I don't know how he went through it, but it was
It was
rough.
those sandwiches we had when we were working.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
exactly. And it was the great stories he came home to tell me about. But the first that really hurt me so bad was Patrick Swayze. Number one, I adored him. You know, he was like my idol, so to speak. And I was following through his journey, and then it happened. And the reality is like, I'm gonna die. You know, here's a question. When I got diagnosed, and we were at a doctor that was going to perform my Whipple, okay? And I guess she was his nurse, but she scheduled everything. Barbara, I'll never forget her. And we took her out to dinner because she helped me. And I said to her, straight out, am I going to die? You know, it goes through your mind. And this was before Patrick Swayze. And I'm like, am I going to die? And her only answer was, we're all going to die. But you're not answering me. I mean, now. She goes, we're all going to die. And then I thought, I am going to die. And then when I followed Patrick Swayze and he couldn't make it, and I'm like, that was the cold reality of what I was dealing with. So, you know, every day was a push forward, forward, forward.
And that's what you can do, is just kind of take one step at a time.
Totally.
Even though you were blazing your own path to get there because of the
Right.
difference. I want to mention that we keep referring to this organization PanCan, but I want to share that it stands for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. And you can look them up more online, pancan.org. Their mission statement, you can get all the information. Nikki, I want to ask you about this. I'm going to just share some of the statistics that's on the sheet here that I find fascinating. I don't mean good fascinating, but eye-opening is probably the better word. In 2020, the year that we are currently in, an estimated nearly 58,000 Americans will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer,
Wow. and
just over 47,000 will die from the disease. That's with all the medical breakthroughs we seem to keep coming up with in this country. Are you surprised that there's no way that we can, because it says here there's no detection.
There's no early detection.
No early detection, but by the time, like you said, your brother-in-law was 4 stage, she was
Stage
stage
4.
3.
3.
There's got to be a way somehow earlier, yes?
Yes, and actually they are working on some early detection methods, and a lot of that is in the works right now as far as screening tools.
Okay.
And the reason why those numbers are so high is when you think about it, 80% of the pancreatic cancer patients are diagnosed at stage 4.
Wow.
So this is really fortunate, and it's absolutely thrilling to be sitting here with a 13-year survivor.
Sure, sure.
And I just want to go back to something you were discussing earlier when you mentioned support, counseling, and things like that. There is some very true, solid support, and all patients that have had pancreatic cancer, even if they've survived and they're just dealing with the challenges now from treatment and things like that, if they call our patient central, they can get the support that they need.
Absolutely.
And that number is 877-272-6226.
One more time.
That is 877-272-6226. That is our patient central. So even if you are in the process of getting treatment, anything like that, if you call this number, they will even help you get your tumor retested, match you up to good treatments, get you set up in clinical trials. So there's a lot of options out there. Take advantage of it.
I want to ask a follow-up question to that, is how much of all of this is covered by insurance? I'm sure that's got to be asked just about with everybody that's facing this, yes?
It
Yes.
depends on your insurance.
Okay, but it is, obviously the resultant surgeries probably are, but any pre-testing, any of this early detection stuff when somebody finds that they have it, is that covered as well?
Yes. And
Okay.
actually, one thing that they're covering now is genetic testing.
To see if you have the marker.
Right, because now there is a true link with genetics. So anybody who has had a family member can be tested,
Okay.
as well as on the national guidelines when you're establishing treatment options. Genetic testing is part of it automatically for a pancreatic cancer patient.
Perfect. All right. We have a question that came in the chat room, but before I go to that question, please call in 702-329-6947 for one of the goodie bags that we have here as displayed here on the table, 702-329-6947. If you're outside the U.S., 855-502-4321. Comment or question, send us a tweet, hashtag Time2Vegas. I do want to give a shout out into the chat room. My buddy Scott Hosey, who of course is a host of a couple of shows here on Go Live Vegas, is listening. Gives a thumbs up to our topic and support. So be part of the show. Call in right now, get one of those bags. All right, first caller. How about the first two callers get one each? We have a couple out here with us, so give us a call if you would. All right, what I'd like to do, I'm going to ask one question. Although I have the information, I'd like to hear it from the nurse, and then we'll go to break because we still have to pay some bills.
Perfect.
So the question we have in the chat room is regarding symptoms. Can you address that?
Yes, symptoms can be pretty vague, as I alluded to before, it's ruling out a lot of other things before they look into pancreatic cancer. So some of the symptoms are vague abdominal pain, it can be lower back pain, unexplained weight loss. It could even be the skin turning yellow, other things, changes in stool, sudden onset of diabetes. So all of these things can lead you in many different directions, so it's hard to kind of sift through it.
So as you heard that checklist, you mentioned the abdominal pain. Marianne, what other symptoms did you have that made you and Frankie realize, all right, something's not right here besides the abdominal pain?
Well, that's the strange part. I had none of the other symptoms. I
Nothing.
had no jaundice, no nothing. It was just
Change of appetite? Because of the
Pain.
pain, did your appetite change?
no.
She can
No,
eat. She can
it was
eat.
just so weird. I can eat
6 sandwiches, I saw them go. Believe me,
Yeah,
I saw
I
them.
do. And then my bag of Cheetos, and that's
Oh,
me.
look at this. We actually have a caller coming in. We appreciate it. Hey, thank you for calling Time to Vegas. Who's this, please?
This is Fran.
Fran, how are you? Thank you for calling. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Las Vegas.
Oh, right on. Hey, we thank you for calling. Johnny, tell her what she's won.
Well, Mom. Everybody, that's my mom. That's so awesome. My
Mama
mom
G.
is supporting the show. I love it. Thank you, Mom.
She walked our stride, too.
Yeah,
She
and by the
walked
way,
our-
last year, me and my mom did get to walk in the PanCan. She was actually going to be able to do it this year, but everything got shut down the week before the walk. So I can't tell her what's in the bag. It's a surprise, but I will drop it off for you tomorrow.
Definitely. She'll like it. You'll like it, Fran.
All
Right.
Can I
right.
say something?
Yes,
when I got
please.
to see you, when I got through to you, I had the hard time to get through, okay? It wasn't easy, but when I finally got through, you had to press 1 to get into it. Maybe that's why people are having a hard time.
Well, our
So when it answers, it's very hard to understand them. And then all I heard say, press 1, so I pressed 1, and I got you.
there you go.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our producer's listening. He's got note of that. Thank you for calling, Mama G.
Wonderful show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
That's support.
there you go. So we have another bag to give. We actually have 3 more bags now to give away. 702-329-6947 is the number. As you heard, the easiest thing to do, press 1. You'll come right to the studio. All right, before we go to break, I just want to read the general press release about next week. We'll do the commercials, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about the events of Saturday. Fair enough? Good?
Sure.
Sound like a plan? Yes?
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. So Sunday, June 7th, 2020 marks the 33rd annual National Cancer Survivors Day celebration of life. The day is set aside each year to recognize cancer survivors, raise awareness of the ongoing challenges cancer survivors face because of their disease, and we celebrate life. So we'll get back to more of that here in a few minutes. First, this message from one of our sponsors. I feel like the old TV guy, the radio guy. And now this from our sponsors.
That's beautiful.
It's sometimes easy to forget to stop along the way to celebrate yourself. Well, at Danielle Eugenia Photography, we remind you to celebrate yourself. With our photography, we capture the magic of everyone in romantic, classy expressions, transcending outdated ideas of beauty by bringing out your inner glow. This summer experience, you can try out our Radiant Studio experience with mini sessions. Mini sessions include professional makeup makeover, a set of angel wings to pose with, professional posing for all the best angels, and $50 off. Styles will vary. Book your sessions at Angels and Blessings Mini Session on Facebook, Boudoir for All, and Instagram on Danielle Eugenia Photography, and explore your emotional expressions. All right, before we go to break, we got a call that came in. Thank you for calling Time to Vegas. Who's this, please?
Well, I figured since we're keeping it in the family that it wouldn't be complete without a call from Gypsy's cousin. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
The whole mishpacha is checking in around here.
Rob, okay.
The mishpacha is checking in.
That's funny. Hey, thanks for calling, Rob.
Hey, you guys are doing a fantastic job. I am just thoroughly impressed. Keep doing it.
Thank you for calling, Rob. This is the magic man behind the wall, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
guy, okay, good.
This is a guy who's gonna
Who's
put
going to
up
make
our
us look
website.
good.
Yep.
He's making us look good online.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't wait to.
Good meet you.
Oh, you bet it, man. Listen, we'll meet in person soon, I hope.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
he's not in Vegas.
No, I know.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I
yeah.
figure maybe he'll want to come up once things settle down and maybe be a guest in the studio with us.
There you go.
There you go. Thank
Sounds
you.
like a plan.
Thank you, Rob, for calling. Appreciate
That was
it.
funny. Thank you.
All right, with that, 30-second break. When we come back, more with Nikki and Marianne about what's going to take place this Saturday, June 7th, to honor the survivors. Time to Vegas. We'll be right back.
Old world recipes, old world style, old world taste. Burnt Offerings at 3909 West Sahara Avenue is where the old world meets Las Vegas for a dining experience like no other. Burnt Offerings, where foodies dine.
I don't know, but watching that commercial, Burnt Offerings, I just got very hungry.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm
My
going to get some
goodness.
food from there this week.
Absolutely. Jennifer Ekman, tell them that you saw the commercial on Time to Vegas and she'll be very happy. So, anyway, thank you to Burnt Offerings. Thank you to Danielle Eugenia Photography, and you'll be hearing more of them along some of the other shows here on the Go Live Network. Okay, so I keep saying Saturday. Thank you for correcting me because you know
Sunday.
what? You're right. Sunday, my mic's out. Can you bring my volume
Get it,
up a little bit more? Yeah, because you know what? I'm like a lot of people. The days of the week just have been melding into every day.
Absolutely.
So thank you for catching that. Sunday, the 7th, next week. So let's talk about what's going on this weekend. Nikki?
Well, actually, we would have liked to have had a social gathering, but unfortunately, with number restrictions and that, we cannot do that. However, Marianne has been working feverishly to get little surprises mailed out to all of our survivors in the Nevada area.
Okay.
And they should be receiving that any day now, because I
Yeah.
think she mailed this out on, what was it, Monday? Because the days are running together for
I went out,
See,
I
it's
think,
not just me.
Saturday. I went out Saturday, I think, yeah. We got them all in the
So
mail.
little surprises, but just so you're aware of the numbers that survivors
Wow.
in
Wow.
the United States alone, and 32 million worldwide.
And that's just a pancreatic cancer?
Fabulous.
No,
All
That's all
cancer.
cancer.
all
Okay.
survivors.
And that could be
Wonderful.
what, a survivor of 13 years, 10 years, 27 years.
So
1 year,
you're
6 months.
you're a survivor from the minute of diagnosis through the rest of your life.
Okay, got it.
From the minute of
Yeah.
diagnosis of having the cancer.
Right.
Gotcha. Wow. That's what, I mean, 32 million, you said?
32 million worldwide.
That's crazy.
And those are only the ones reported, because you know there's others who take the holistic path, because I know a
Right.
lot of them. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Message inside the chat room. Mama Elikas is also watching us right now, so we got to make sure that AA Ron is on his top game because his mom is watching. Big fan of what we do here. And Dawn, I'm probably going to announce the last name. Bovee, B-O-V-E-E.
Hi, Dawn.
She's watching and says awesome. So
Hey,
she's watching.
call in, get it back.
There you go.
I'll drop it off. Give us-
702-329-6947. Sorry, go ahead.
Very cool. Very
Personal
cool.
drop off. Numbers are on the screen, so you can always call. So, all right, so you have this stuff going out to the survivors here in Vegas. How many are in Vegas?
Right now, we have 29. We have 30. We just lost one.
Oh,
Okay. Which is heartbreaking. What
Sure.
I did this year is I got a little more involved in not just, volunteering my time and whatnot. I went in and I'm now survivor co-chair with Evie
Okay.
Whalen.
Right on.
And she's a survivor too. She's 24 months.
Okay,
So
congrats.
she's newly, yes.
That's
But
wonderful.
the beauty of it is this is, from my knowledge, the first time survivors are actually taking the survivor chair. So it's very easy when I call people, let them know I am a survivor, which I've done this week and
Sure.
spoke to a few. And it's like, really? Oh my God. And I almost feel it's a little more encouraging to say, I'm 13 years and this is going to be you. And,
Well,
you know, that it happens.
They know that you've walked their path and continue to walk their
Exactly.
path.
I could relate to whatever they're going to say. I
Right.
walked the journey. I could take their journey with them and feel what they're feeling. So, you know, the woman that took over, that had it before us, was fabulous. She always made me feel welcome. She always reached out to us. But now, as survivors, I can reach out to the survivors.
Absolutely. You know from where...
Evie and I are going to
Yeah.
have.
As events come up and things happen, please make sure, I know you will, but please
Oh,
make sure you
definitely.
keep us in the loop. So that's
I
good. Go
gotta,
ahead.
I'm gonna interrupt again because you said I could.
Hi, Naomi. Go ahead.
I just want to do a kudos shout out on Marianne's behalf. And some of the things I've seen, I won't say from the sidelines because I'm not outside watching her. I'm in,
She's
we're,
right
we're
here.
in our each other's inner circle. Some of the things I believe has helped her make it. Of course, we said number one, you know, The Rock, Frankie. And number two, obviously, the health field, right? They did have the right knowledge and they had what she needed. So she's a go-getter, you guys. She didn't lay down
Pizza
and
delivery.
surrender.
Oh, sorry.
She didn't. Here, let's get that and then I'll finish.
Yeah,
'cause
right.
I know what I want to say.
No, that was nothing. Go ahead.
Oh,
Keep going.
okay.
I don't know whose it was, but it was somebody's phone.
So she didn't just lay down and surrender. You know, when it first happened, she did have to step out of work and go through the process. And I actually wasn't involved in that part. It was when she was okay and got back to the job where we became inner circle, right? We
definitely.
worked together. We were on the same team prior to that, but we really bonded when she came back. So anytime someone had a birthday party or a gathering for any reason and the invites would go out, I already had 5 excuses of why I wasn't going to go. And I'd call Marianne and she's like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain. Oh, yeah, I'm going. I'm like, oh my God. And I would throw out my excuses because none of them would fly, right? And I'm like, no matter what was going on and how she felt, she knew that 2 things, I believe, right? This is my perception. Not only was it important to that person that she was there,
Exactly.
but I also believe deep down inside she knew it was helping her, right? She was staying committed to life. That's what I'm trying to say. Since her recovery, Italy, Hawaii, like 3 or 4 times, always going back and forth to the East Coast, taking off to California, driving through the parks, where else? I mean, they make sure they were travelers before, but they were big time travelers after because she knows the value of life, which we're all learning right now, right?
Positive
Yeah.
mindset and still
Amazing.
willing to live has got to be part of the recovery process.
Definitely. You know, I'm always on, ready to go, ready to do. I love a good party. You're having a party, I'm coming. You know?
I'm going to turn
Yeah.
to our producer as we have about 7 minutes left. If we go over a little bit, we're okay because there's still some good stuff that I want to cover, all right? Okay, so we have no pressure to be off the air in 5 minutes. Your friend, and I'm going to do this purposely, your friend Diane DeLuca, who you mentioned earlier.
My sister.
She put your sister. She put a beautiful message in the chat room. I'm not going to read it because I'm challenging her to call in and say it on the air.
Ooh.
I've challenged her. I've
A
given her the
challenge
number.
has been made.
329-6947, area code
Go,
702.
go. Or,
Is
no,
she
wait.
back east or she
Dial.
She's
dial,
in Florida.
Oh, okay, Florida. That's okay. The phones still work from Florida. I
Yeah,
think.
they do.
So let's Diana, call in 702-329-6947. Now,
We'll mail the bag.
that's yes, exactly.
Or I'll hand deliver it. She's in Vero Beach.
Oh,
yeah,
so take her-
see? Which
Another
you were
trip.
just there recently too.
Wasn't that where Tony Nelson found the bottle? No, that was on I Dream of You. No, that was a different beach. Cocoa
Wow.
Beach.
Coco.
Sorry,
Oh
I
my God, I
digress.
aged myself now.
So did I. I brought it up in the first
Yeah,
place.
listen, if you're going to find a bottle on Cocoa Beach, it's going to be a bottle of Añejo Bacardi. Just
Oh,
FYI.
uh-oh. I see the white light blinking here. Thank you for calling
Dun, dun,
Time to Vegas. Dare I ask who this is, please?
Hi, this is Marianne's sister, Diane Fusco.
The challenge has been accepted.
I love a good challenge.
I love it. That's my sister.
Diane, thank you for calling. I could read your comment, but I think it would be best if you want to share it, and then I have a question for you after that.
Absolutely. I just wanted to say to Marianne that I love her tremendously. I am so proud of her, not only for her perseverance, but for bringing awareness to everyone about this disease.
Right on.
Thank you.
That's
Thanks,
exactly what she
sis.
said. Well, she stretched a little bit more because she's on live.
Yeah,
phone
but
now,
she'll make me
she got it
cry.
right, though.
She'll make me cry.
She got it right. That's okay. All right, Diane, while I have you, and this is going to lead perfectly into the question that I wanted to ask our panel, so all three of you can answer this. Obviously, as a family member, Diane, you supported Marianne, relentlessly. There was nothing that you wouldn't do to support her. But in general, Nikki and Marianne, the support network has to go beyond the actual survivors. I got to imagine the caretakers, the supporters, the outside family of the actual patient has also, how are they recognized? Diane, what was your feelings while Marianne was going through this as a family member? Then Nikki, I'll have you address that if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. Diane?
Well, I think it was so hard, whenever you have any family member that's going through something like this, your mind races into a million different directions. And I think really all you can possibly do is be there to talk for them, somebody to talk to. They're going through a roller coaster of emotions. I went through the breast cancer almost 27 years ago.
Wow.
And I will tell you, there were people that I could talk to because they understood what I was going through. They knew when I needed space. And I think the same goes through any cancer that you're going through, and that includes when Marianne was going through hers. You have to know when to talk, when to give advice, when to just give them space, and when to just hug them.
Absolutely. Just letting them know that you're there, right?
It's true.
Now,
It is, Diane.
Now, I know you had the bodyguard with you, obviously 24/7, but when you have, a sister who's, I presume, were you in Florida at the time when Marianne was going through this?
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that you have a family member that's 1,500 miles away, and she's probably saying to herself, man, I really wish I was with Marianne right there. Like she mentioned, the distance has got to be hard for a family member like that, but yet still be available to you 24/7, at least emotionally.
Right. There's only certain people you can count on, and you know who they are.
Of course.
You
Of
definitely know who they are.
course. Absolutely.
And
Well,
she's got a good man behind her, so I give Frankie kudos.
listen, if we keep talking about Frankie, he's not going to be able to get out the studio door. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to be our guest speaker next week.
Exactly. Diane, we're going to let you go. Thank you for meeting my challenge and calling
Yeah, that
in
was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
and sharing your thoughts.
Say hello to Joe and the girls.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Appreciate
honey.
it.
Love you. Bye.
Very nice. So, Nikki, let me turn back to you now. Now, again, organizationally, there's caretakers, there's family members that are in support of the, I don't want to say patient, but that's the only word that comes to mind, the survivor from day one. Are support mechanisms, the people in the support channel, like family members, like Frankie, are they recognized in any capacity within the organization?
Yes, they are, and actually, they can call that patient central number as well.
Please give that again if you don't mind, when you have it handy.
Because that patient central number not only is for patients, but it's also for the caregivers, and it's also for the healthcare providers. So healthcare providers that are wanting to know about clinical trials for patients can call this number as well. And it is 877-272-6226.
Give it again, please.
877-272-6226.
Thank you. I think it is important. Gypsy?
Yeah. Oh, I just want to add, because someone was asking, are there any more prizes to give away? 3? We have
It depends if
three?
you're
Four
shipping.
total.
It depends if
Oh, no,
you're shipping out to
two,
your
thank you.
webmaster.
Yeah, no,
To the Magic Man.
I just
Yeah.
lost count. Come on, there was
I know.
4, and we had
That's
2
true.
calls. Don't make me do
Or
that.
put a -1, carry the
All
finger.
right, so now you guys know there's 2 left. So
And
listen,
and
this
we have a
is
little more time on the air.
okay.
courtesy.
Cool. So what we've been talking about here is support, and I'm reaching out and asking y'all to support right now Nikki and Marianne, because they put these bags together. These aren't from us, right? So support them. Call in, because they also gave Aaron and I a goodie bag, and I can't wait to see what's in it. But support them. Call in. Get these last 2. They put
Absolutely.
their heart and soul into it, and they love to give away goodies.
Now, in lieu of the packages information you sent out to the current survivors here, How can people support 360 days of the year? Is there donations? Is there a place people can support the organization monetarily in the meantime?
There'll be different events throughout the year. We just recently finished our Purple Stride.
Okay.
But we will be setting up for Purple Stride 2021.
Do you need an MC or a host for the event that morning, like to welcome everybody, kick everybody off?
Well, we just may. Let me
We
check
might,
into
yeah.
that.
Well,
I
if-
think he's asking because
If you go alphabetically,
a great voice.
If you go alphabetically, Aaron A comes first in your list. So
You know,
should
I
come
was
right up right away.
thinking that. I was
Voice.
thinking that.
I will be more than happy to donate my services
would
that
be
day if
great.
you need it. So. Okay.
Well, and that would be great because right now we will be gearing up for our Purple Stride. It'll be March 20th, 2021. Hopefully, we can do this live and no virtual. But that is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And again, if everybody would like our Facebook page, you will see different ways to get involved throughout the year.
Give it again.
And again, that's Nevada affiliate Pancreatic Cancer Action Network.
Okay.
Now, do we know, Nikki, March, will that also be at Town Square? Is that pretty annual right there?
So far.
So far. Okay, cool. Because that was simple, lots of parking. It was a great walk, right?
It is a great
It's
walk.
a good location.
And that's within the stores within the mall there? Is that where the shops are? Is that how it was done?
Part of it is within the mall,
And
but
then
you
outside?
do go out quite a bit too.
And is there a
Yeah.
distance to this walk? Like
5K.
Oh, 5K. Well, I
Great.
haven't done any 2Ks, 5Ks. I did the Murph last week, so maybe
Murph.
after I'm off stage, I could take a camera and a microphone with me, and I can broadcast as I'm walking.
You could do it with me. I do the shorter walk.
Okay.
There is a
well,
shorter
you do
walk.
the longer walk with me.
All right, I will.
All
I'll
right?
take you up
Okay,
on that
there you go.
challenge.
All right. See, challenge.
Another
challenge.
challenge.
I love it. You know.
All right, there you
Take
go.
on
And then
the
we could do a
challenge.
Facebook Live during the walk. I'll get my wife to join us, and we'll do a whole special Time to Vegas show that
Oh my
day.
God, that's perfect.
What day of the week is that?
It's
Saturday.
a Saturday
What
morning.
time?
9 o'clock.
Early.
Ooh, I may have to make some adjustments on my 3 shows that I do on
Yeah,
Saturday, but that's
uh,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, because we have
It's
you on
early.
video now.
I know. It's okay. I can do live. I can remote into all those other shows while I'm on the walk. I could do a show. I could do any of those shows. Let's see, 9 o'clock it starts. So I will. 8 o'clock is my first one. I'll have to figure that one out. But 10 to 11 is the one I do for the Fan Action Nation, Our House, Our Voice, and then Twin Brothers at noontime.
So we have a show within a show
Show.
Within a show.
Show.
How cool is that?
Like an
I
echo.
love it.
But now I just have to get our producer to figure out a way to do it for me.
Another challenge.
All right, good stuff. By the way, Naomi Hahn is the one I shouted out before. Hi, Naomi. She's
Oh,
in the chat
awesome.
rooms, and she says hello as well. All right, so
Hey,
please, by all means, if there's
Naomi.
anything you need from me as you start promoting that, like headshots, so just let me know. If you want me to do it, if you have
Absolutely.
somebody else in mind, that's okay too. I've been thrown out of better bars. That's fine, not a problem. No. Well, you can just let me know. I'll be happy to do it. Donate my services for that day, and we'll have fun with it. So.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right. Is there anything else in particular that you would like to make sure is out there to our audience regarding the organizational side? I just want to make sure we've covered everything that needs to be covered.
I think we have.
Okay.
Everyone should have the phone number by now and should have our Facebook page. So those are great ways to get involved.
All right. Very good. Go ahead, Gypsy.
I have a question. On TV, my mom watches Jeopardy.
Yes.
Alex Trebek.
Thank you,
Trebek.
Alex Trebek.
Yeah, wasn't he with pancreatic cancer?
Where is he
Yes.
at now with his recovery? Has he joined this group? Can you elaborate on that? Because pretty much the whole world knows him.
Well, you did the walk.
I
in
did
LA
the
that
walk
I
in
didn't
LA
make-
with him.
With him.
Oh, right
He
on.
did. He
He
did.
Yeah,
does.
last year. He is a big supporter of PanCan. He's very active in the Los Angeles affiliate, and actually a year ago this spring, I went out for the Los Angeles walk, and he spoke at it. Great experience. He is stage 4,
Right.
and
But he's back on TV though now, right? I mean, he's back
right,
recording. So.
right. And
Oh,
I
they're
know
good.
they've changed his treatment a little bit. He has shared that willingly.
Sure.
Because he does want people to know the story behind everything. But so far,
And that's been about, it's been over a year, right, since he was diagnosed?
Oh,
Pretty close.
I think a little,
Absolutely,
a little
yeah.
longer than that because he
Yeah,
took
so I mean,
time off from
I would
TV.
say about a year and a half
Yeah.
even.
About a year and a half already, so it's working. Awesome.
I tried putting my
Great.
resume in to fill in for him, but I never got a call back on
No.
TV. So.
Aw.
But if you reach out to Alex and he wants to come to Vegas, I will acquiesce to Alex Trebek.
Okay.
I will be happy to acquiesce. I'll still do the stuff on the walk, but you know. No, listen, anybody who's got it, I hope this show, if nothing else, has inspired families, inspired those who are either facing treatment, whatever level of treatment it is, whether it's surgery on down, the family of survivors, the people that have been watching. If you missed anything important, please go back to the podcast. Like I said, as soon as we go off the air, it'll be immediately live on Time2Vegas on our Facebook page. You can reach out to us if there's any information. At what email?
Contact@time2vegas.com. I do want to add something because there are a lot of people across the U.S. and actually globally. I just know the ones in the U.S. who are all natural, holistic. They're not willing to see a doctor. We've had pros and cons. Obviously, you're going to say see a doctor because it's, they saved your life. So you have to promote that because you know it, you live it, you feel it every day. I know people who won't. So what I want you all to know is I do know of a place. I'm not going to say the name on here because my words will be twisted and it could get the place in trouble. And I'm not willing to do that because the place I go is way too important. It's a great place to start a detox. You'll be surrounded by people who have all kinds of challenges, health challenges, and you'll learn and you'll hear stories. And it's a good place if you just are stuck, you don't know what to do, where to go, how to start, how to change your diet. I do know of a great place. It is in San Diego. Everyone knows I go there randomly to do a detox. And amazing, strong people I meet there who are fighting for their lives, right? I'm not doing that when I'm there, but I honor everyone who does. So if you need that, where do I even start moment, or I don't want to see a doctor, I want to go natural, get a hold of me, contact at Time2Vegas. not .com, my email, .com. I'm confused, I'm emotional. This is intense, you guys. Anyway, I have that ticket. I can give you a name and a number of a place to start, so get.
Is there a way folks can get in touch with you direct?
All I have is my phone number and my cell,
Okay.
and I'm open.
Do you have an email?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you give that instead?
Okay, no problem. I mean, I'm open to talk to anybody who's dealing or struggling right now, because I wish I had that. My poor husband wishes we had that. But anyway, my email is BKLYNMARIANNE@AOL.
One more time.
BKLYNMARIANNE. It's like short for
That sounds
Brooklyn
like-
I was just going to say.
MISSISSISSISSI.
My accent should
If
help.
you couldn't figure, you're right, exactly. I was just going to say, if you couldn't figure out the
Yeah.
first part of that, that's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't have time to write that down, you can contact me
And the
I'll get
AOL
you the
is-
hookup. She's on Facebook.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
AOL? You know, that's like
I
so
was just gonna
1980s.
say-
Don't bust her out of
That
that.
tells me how long I've been doing that, AOL. Everybody's like, what? You're still at AOL?
Because you know you can get Gmail
Yeah.
for free. You know that, right?
Well, now I also have Gmail
Oh,
with
okay.
Well,
PanCan, too.
you can use the PanCan email,
Oh, there you go.
actually.
We
Okay.
have that.
And it goes right to the survivor.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
have
now that
the-
you're part
I
of the
don't have it
organization,
written
right?
down, so.
What is that
What
email,
is that
Nikki?
email?
Nevada_survivor
That's right.
at pancanvolunteer.org.
And that's something Marianne would have access to now
Yes.
that she's
Yes.
a muckety-muck within the organization?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, muckety-muck.
Definitely, because it'll be me and also Evie, the other survivor, who has access to that email, so
Perfect.
they'll get to,
Bottom
to
line
people
is you have
to talk to.
options to reach
Yes.
out. Reach out and touch somebody. Somebody who's
Totally.
been there, somebody who's still here, who's still living and thriving. This is a person that is the example of how to survive when you didn't know what to do. Family members, whatever it is, this is the person. And if you want, as a caregiver, talk to a family member of a survivor. I'm sure the guy in the witness protection program back here will be more than happy using a fictitious name to reach out and talk to your family as well.
Yeah, he's good
Right,
at that.
John?
I know
He's good
his,
at
I
that.
know his fictitious name. I don't know, can I say it on air?
No.
Yeah, good.
No, it's great. It's Frank the lamppost. The
Oh, really?
lamppost.
The lamppost.
Frank the lamppost.
What's your wattage? I'm afraid to ask that question. Are you a night light or are you a spotlight?
Oh, wow.
Dusk
Dusk to dawn.
Like Batman
Bright
does his
bulb.
best work at night, like Batman.
Yeah.
All right. Before we sign off, and by the way, I want to thank everybody for watching. And again, a lot of great information. Want to thank Nikki for coming in. A lot of great. Thank you for
Thank
everything
you for
that
having
you do.
us.
Our pleasure, Marianne. You know how I feel about you.
Me
and
too, thank you.
God bless you for still being here and everything that you're doing to stay healthy. And
Thank
now
you.
being an advocate to others is very important to pass it along, and I appreciate
And
that.
let me say thank you to both of you for giving us an opportunity to get this out there even further
Absolutely.
to help
That's our
everybody.
pleasure.
You're welcome, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh,
Another
no.
challenge.
Here we go. She's
This
good
is
at
a
that.
challenge. You guys have to back this up because another thing we've been talking about for years. Anyone who knows Marianne is like, what? You're having a party and you're making the food? Lamppost Frankie and Marianne make some amazing food, right? And she has been wanting to put all her recipes into a book. A percentage of it will go, of course, to PanCan. And her family, I know for sure, her daughters, like, do it, Mom. You need to do that. You need to get it
Thank
done.
you.
And
Yeah.
any of you who cook, which is not me, you're going to want this book.
Hopefully not
Yeah.
getting in trouble. Let me just say, get her done.
There you go. Get it
All
done.
right.
I got it done.
Before I read the news that you have there up on the teleprompter, Mr. Producer, your last line there about the day, is that correct? Well, the last line there, Wednesday? Wouldn't that have been Monday?
Sorry.
All right, I just want to make sure that's Monday, correct? All right, so on the note, and this is the only thing I want to add to this, of course, for those who don't know, last night there were a couple of shootings as part of the activities in Las Vegas, one by Circus Circus, and I think another one was down by the Federal Building.
Yes.
News broke that one of those officers of law enforcement, severe head and neck injuries and on support. But the breaking news is that a 20-year-old man who shot the Las Vegas police officers has been identified and is now in jail. Edgar
20 years old.
Samaniego facing charges after allegedly shooting a Metro police officer late last night. So I don't like sharing this kind of stuff on this kind of show, but I think it's important for
It is
people
important.
watching who are either planning on coming to Vegas in the next couple of
Yeah.
days to celebrate our reopening. This individual has been captured and is now in jail, and we'll just leave it at that from that point forward. Okay, great show, Ms. Gypsy. We went
Well,
over.
thank you.
I'm glad
And
you
thank
put
you.
another
And
quarter.
thank you.
Put another
Fabulous.
quarter
Thank
in the
you.
slot there.
I did. I hate when they
Thank-
totally
Thank
apart.
you.
There you go. Thank you for everybody watching. I have no idea who our guests are next week. You're going to have to just stay tuned on Facebook like we always do. We know we're going to come up with another great show, talk about the openings if nothing else.
Yes, don't forget I'll be checking into
Yeah.
the Gold Nugget on Wednesday. So because I have a reservation, I can go in before the opening. So I'll do a live Facebook, take you through the casino. Then I'll sign off for that one. And at the witching hour, midnight, if they let us out, because it's still always an if, I'll go on live Facebook and show you guys the opening,
There you
right?
go.
How cool is that? Vegas!
So you can watch that on Vegas as well as the Time2Vegas YouTube channel as well. They get uploaded and available on both sides. All right. Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you to Go Live Vegas for letting us extend an extra 15 minutes for our guest Nikki, for Marianne,
Thank you.
Gypsy G.
Thank you.
As always, I'm Aaron Phillips. As always, Time to Vegas, baby. See you next time.